Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 3, which is entitled as Karma Yoga, Sloka 33. sadṛśaṁ ceṣṭate svasyāḥ prakṛter jñānavān prakṛtiṁ yānti bhūtāni nigrahaḥ kariṣyati. That action again becomes another vasana, an impression. And these vasanas induces one to continue doing actions in this lifetime, either punya or papa. So that which is within us induces us to do some action is called vasana. Vasanas are not somewhere outside. Someone else impression or vasana is not going to influence me. That which is within me that I've been carrying from one life to another time, that vasana is what which induces me into certain actions. And these vasanas are simply with us because of the association of the body, prakriti. Here prakriti is body. So one might ask a question, well, why we have to have vasana from previous life? If I die, the vasana should also die. The answer is, that's not the case. The karmas will never go just by dying. They remain until one clears all the karma, until they attain moksha. So the vasanas comes along with us. Therefore, a person is entangled into these vasanas by wanting to satisfy his senses by hearing nice sounds, nice smells, touch soft things, taste nice, good food. Because this is what he has been practiced all this lifetime. So, Arjuna had a question. If one has achieved Atma-jnana, then why that person has to still be engaged in going back into the same similar activities? Because we are talking here about the person, how Karma Yoga is better than Jnana Yoga. Because even a person who has Atma-jnana may again be pulled back, or how they perform the materialistic activities again. So Arjuna's question, if one has achieved Atma-jnana, about knowledge, full knowledge about Atma, then why that person has to still be engaged in such activities, materialistic activities? Response, prakṛtiṁ yānti bhūtāni. That is, Krishna says here, though he might have got Atma-jnana, he is still present in this body. As long as he is living in this body, he will be influenced by the vasanas. That cannot be separated. Body and vasanas cannot be separated. So as long as they are there, and I am within this body, and these vasanas are going to influence and pull us. So, if that is the case for such people who have the Atma-jnana, so what can Shastra do? These people, when other people, what are we going to do with those people? Therefore, people generally, whatever is said in the Shastra is not going to make any sense to them. They are not going to be student of the Shastras. Jñānavān. Another word is used as jñānavān. Jñānavān is one who knows the Shastra. One who knows the Shastra means one who understood that soul is different from the body. And he understands that he has to meditate on the self. Jñānavān api. It says jñānavān api, meaning even those who understand that concept and wanting to do meditate on the self get influenced by the vasanas. So what about others then? Even such person get lost. So one might ask a question, how is even that person who has understanding of his Atma can be influenced by the vasanas? Well, it's easy to understand. From morning till night, all day, all week, entire month, all years, rest of our life, we are associated constantly with this body. Therefore, as long as we are constantly associated with the body, what do we expect other than being influenced by these vasanas? It's all because we don't know how to separately see the Atma from the body. Therefore, we get pulled into the direction where the body is pulling us through the vasanas. Though there are many, many ways to understand the self, but may not be popular or may not be easy to understand the self through many other methods. Therefore, for us to understand about Atma, the Shastras, the scriptures are the only ways where we can understand. It's not pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means where we cannot see the Atma. Whereas if we can see the Atma, that's a different case. Since we cannot see the Atma, it's very difficult. Therefore, the Shastras are the eyes. Through the eyes of the Shastra, we have to understand about the Atma. If we do a quick analysis to know the percentage of population that thinks about Atma, and the percentage of the population thinks about body and senses, and it needs. There are two analyses, right? One who thinks about the Atma and another one who thinks about the body and senses. We know very well the outcome of the result is going to be a big difference. We will have way less percentage of population that cares and thinks and contemplates about Atma. We have set time for our daily bodily needs that we do not fail to do. Bathing in the morning, eating on frequently, sleeping whenever we get time. But there is no time set for Atma. Being so engrossed with body and senses, how will this person will ever hear the instruction from Shastra? Rather, they will go against it, considering it is just a book like any other books. We don't need to pay much attention to the Vedas and Gitas and all this different scriptures. So, how will they ever understand anything about Atma? Because this is the only way that one can understand Atma, through the scriptures. Therefore, until this bodily consciousness doesn't change, one can never take up Jnana Yoga. So you think about it, Arjuna. And that is explained in this particular sloka. So, to summarize, due to the association of non-sentient, achit, one has got into avidya, ignorance. Because of the ignorance, one performs karma. Because of the karma, one gets janma, birth. Because of the janma, one gets into rajo and tamas, influenced by rajas and tamas. When a person is influenced by rajas and tamas, he is not going to be focusing on this self, or there will be lack of knowledge of self. Since there is no knowledge of self, with the happenings of his life event, he will go through klesha bhajanam, means miseries in his life. Achit, association of achit, gives avidya. Avidya leads to karma. Karma leads to janma. Janma leads to this rajas and tamas. Rajas and tamas causes the lack of knowledge of self. Lack of knowledge of self puts one into miserable condition. So, if one needs to be free of miseries, to see this, the reverse of it, if one needs to be free of miseries, one should understand the self. By understanding the self, one becomes free from rajas and tamas. When one becomes free from rajas and tamas, then there won't be any karma. When there is no karma, there won't be a janma. There won't be any birth. So what we need to understand from here is how do we attain this one is by having a proper association of a saintly people. By having the association of the saintly people, one can understand the self and understand the Paramatma. Because the saintly people, the devotees, shows the Lord. The Lord is the one who has given us the Shastra. And these Shastra tells us what to do. By following those things that's been told in the Shastra, one performs an action. By the action, by doing a job, whatever the prescribed duty, one will be able to earn some wealth. With that wealth, one should be able to perform yajna. By the yajna, one can get a food which is offered. And these offered food are sattvic food. With the sattvic food, one sattva guna increases. With the sattva guna, one comes to proper understanding of the self. When one understands the self, one wants to more focus on the self and meditate on the self, and ultimately able to see the self and become happy. And that is what been discussed in this particular sloka. sadṛśaṁ ceṣṭate svasyāḥ prakṛtiṁ jñānavān api prakṛtiṁ yānti bhūtāni nigrahaḥ kariṣyati. Namaste. Hare Krishna.